and a very good afternoon to everyone joining me on this News9 Facebook Live. We've been tracking the updates on the India-China face-off, and in one of the repercussions of this standoff, several apps have been banned by India. Now, it has initially been done as well, but now PubG has also been banned, and this was one of the very popular gaming apps. And immediately after the ban came in, there were several people who took to social media to say that this was their way of relieving stress amid the pandemic when they did not have much to do during the lockdown as well. This is what they would go to. It was a way of meeting their friends as well in a virtual manner, and there was a lot of outrage online as well. Of course, that was a small part of it. There were several people, especially the youth, who came out in support of PubG and said that it should not be banned by India. If at all, it should take stronger steps. And on the other hand, there could be some other impact as well. Recently, a youth also ended his life because he could not play PubG. Previously as well, this has been a very heated debate on the impact such games have on today's youth. So does the ban come at a cost, or was it something that should have been done but was not done all this while, and now finally it has been done? These are the questions that many have been asking. We'll try and answer those as well. To talk to us about the psychology aspect of it, Dr. Sridhar joins me live on this show. Many thanks for joining us, Dr. Sridhar. How do you weigh in on the ban, and do you think it's having an adverse impact on the youth of the country?
I will say there are two parts of this question. The ban per se, I think, is not a desirable one.
Okay.
The impact of that may be, it depends. But then, however, a game like that, especially for the millennials and then generated by them, and they're extremely familiar with this kind of a gaming activity, and then banning them for various reasons will definitely be unproductive, because habit formation is a procedure in human mind, and then once it is interrupted, there are many adverse things happening. It may not be in all cases, okay, but it has something to do with gaming. Gaming is relaxation. The meaning of relaxation is to do other things better. You need a kind of activity which has nothing to do with the mainstream activity. So in that context, yes, certainly yes, banning a tool like that or an app like that, a technology app like that, will be unproductive.
Okay.
Whoever is using it, I'm sure that they have certain amount of responsibility, and that you cannot simply say that they are careless at using it, because we a very tiny percentage of population will always go against certain things, but most people use it for relaxation purposes, is what I believe in.
Okay, but doctor, also, previously as well, even before the ban came about as well, we've heard several reports. Parents were also of the opinion that this is a game that should be banned or should not be played by their wards. And this is a complaint that has been discussed previously as well, on whether games have an impact on children, any behavioral changes, especially with such violent games.
No, I don't think so. See, going by this kind of a parental control, it has been, time immemorial. Whether there is a technology game or an internet game or even a field game like that, there was a generation when cricket used to be disliked by most people, especially in cities. So, the attitude of the parents is a primary concern here. But in this context, children, depending on that, most children enjoy it. A very tiny percentage of children have certain problems, and that problem may not be because of the PubG, it may be because of other social reasons, other conditions. Maybe learning, ability to learn, interact with parents, many other personality traits could, make them depend on certain things like that, because they can isolate and then play it. So in that sense, we cannot take a parental interpretation of these things saying that it is going to cause what is the so-called addiction, because one has to be very careful when you use the word addiction, because it's definitely a kind of psychological status where individuals over a period of time, for various reasons, including biological reasons, many neurological reasons, depend on certain things. It can be game, it can be some other drug, or it can be alcohol, it can be reading, many things. So addiction is not the right kind of word when you see certain popular games. And most children enjoy this game because it's a social behavior involved. His friend is playing, somebody else is playing. It's a kind of group behavior, and they say, I did this and I gained so much. So you are, reducing this kind of an enjoyment, or you are controlling this kind of an enjoyment, leading to a certain kind of frustration. So this frustration might lead them into severe, dislike for establishment or do such harmful things, self-harming. So that I feel it may not be because of PubG. It is because the
it
way
could be several other factors that are coming in as well. But also, Doctor, for the parents who are dealing with wards who are upset with the ban, or even if it could be at home, other games as well, being asked to not play them. Parents who are dealing with such a scenario, or for those who perhaps might not be addicted to such a game but suddenly now feel a void because there is a ban on it, what would you advise?
Yeah, see, this is a behavior which they are used to. It's like it is formed a habit, and let us not look at the habit as a habit which is dangerous. This is a habit where, especially for the past 6-7 months, when there is lockdown and there are no other activities, children certainly depend on an activity which is convenient. And they have a tool and they have all the facilities. And probably suddenly you withdraw that or ban it. What is the alternative? I mean, how would you help the brain to go to another activity? It's not that easy. It's a habit formation, and most habit interference will always bring in, at least at the initial stages, a kind of frustration. And some sensitive individuals might really get into the harsh mode, like self-punishment or punishing others, or any kind of a behavioral,
so there might be a behavioral change.
Interpretation.
Okay. Doctor, many thanks for joining us on this show with your thoughts on that, weighing in on the issue. There are several parents who were of the opinion that it should have been banned before, but there is a section among today's youth as well who think that perhaps this ban was too harsh because this was something they were using to relieve stress. But as the doctor has advised, the best thing to do now would be to ensure that you're using that time for more productive things. Also look for alternatives as well, but always ensure that you don't come into a space where it feels that you are addicted to it or can't live without it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please let me know in the comments as well whether you have played PubG or not, whether you know others who are very fond of the game as well and are now disappointed that it has been banned. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.